So in my series of beginner's guides for certain operators in Rainbow Six Siege, I realized that I might need to focus more on the basics, perhaps even in infantry language. So, to do this, I broke the game into 3 main fundamentals. 1. Gunplay. 2. Communication/map knowledge. And 3. Utilizing your gadgets. I figured that a new player to Siege is going to be a huge disadvantage with the first 2, but gadgets can be used regardless of your skill level. As a new player, the best thing you can do for your team is take a support role for the players who are the killers on your team. These killers or fraggers often do not have the ability to open up reinforced walls themselves or even soft walls at that point. So what can you do? Play someone who can create openings for those players to get in fast and take down enemies. Or you can help your team by healing or saving people. So here are 3 operators from each side that can fill this role of support. On the attacker side, we have Iana, Finka, and Montagne. Iana is an operator that has the ability to deploy a drone that makes a copy of herself. This drone cannot shoot, but is a convincing decoy as it can act like a real player. This can be used to gather intel or cause people to freeze up when deciding if to shoot or use their gadget against it. There is even an interesting technique called shadowing. Shadowing is when you have a fragger follow the drone very closely to get the drop on a distracted enemy. Shadowing is an advanced technique, but if you have a good player with a solid gun skill, it can be very effective at taking out enemies. Oh, and this drone regenerates even when destroyed, albeit with a slightly longer recharge. Nothing wrong with too much intel. Finka is well revered for being hated in the Siege community due to her old adrenal surge, but it was fixed now. Her adrenal surge is a map-wide ability that will heal and increase the weapon efficiency to all operators. She gets 3 of these. They can also get people back up from the down but not out state. An often forgotten effect of her adrenal surge is that it also cancels out blinding effects. This eliminates your team from flashbanging themselves. This can create some terrifying combos that are in their own right or self-destructive as they are effective. Flash the hell out of objective and hit your team with a nice dose of adrenal surge. Montagne is easily the hardest one of the operators to use in the game. He has a shield that can extend and provide him full frontal protection, however he cannot shoot during this time, so his teammates must play behind him and wait for the precise time to peek. Playing Montagne takes a lot of trust in your teammates. However, if you want to play a good Montagne, your teammates will appreciate you. He is the one that will most often have the defuser and will plant. One thing you can do is place the shield on your back while you plant to hope that your teammates provide suppressive fire while you hit the main objective. Now, the 3 best defenders for newcomers in the support role would be Rook, Clash, and Pulse. Rook was an obvious choice as he has a simple gadget that does not even require him being alive. He can place down trauma plates that will add health, guarantee down but not out, if not shot in the head of course, and as a more recent change, the ability for teammates who are equipped with these trauma plates to pick themselves up while down but not out. He is excellent as he supports the entire team by increasing their chances of survivability in firefights, most often giving the defender another chance to rethink whether they want to pursue the firefight. Pulse is an operator that has access to an electronic cardiac sensor. This sensor can detect heartbeats through walls. This gives him the ability to see attackers on approach prior to breaches, but the caveat being, in order to use this cardiac sensor, he must stow his weapons. He is slow to switch back and targets may be long gone by then. Well, shit. But, if you have a buddy next to you, you can mark the enemy's position and your buddy can either shoot or explode the enemy with a nitro cell. Pulse is not just valuable for that, but can also keep an eye on how many people are trying to make a push on a certain side. He is especially good for intel overall. But remember, teammates cannot see Pulse's sensor, so you must mark or provide a clear call out. Now, for last but not least, my personal favorite, Clash. Clash is the only defender that has a shield that has... This electric shield does 5 points of damage per stun, but more so stuns and slows down enemies, leaving them vulnerable to attacks from allies. This already makes Clash ridiculous, however one thing to address is as a Clash, you must be calling the shots. Tell your teammates not to peek if it's not safe. Don't let your teammates' greed break your team's defense. As a Clash, you can provide intel while also being a nuisance to enemies. Now, the one big drawback to Clash is that you have to watch your head and trust your teammates. These 6 operators, 3 on each side, are mostly DLC operators that are expensive to get. One method for beginners to collect renown while building gunfighting skills is a game mode called Deathmatch. It doesn't rely on gadget use or planning at all, just run and gun fun. complete challenges and get DLC operators for free. One thing to keep in mind is that you can do support-based actions even without these specific operators, such as droning, using breach charges, flashbangs, laying down suppression or distraction fire, and watching the Fragger 6. My dad even absorbs bullets for me from time to time. Now, for the real truth. It sucks sometimes not being in the spotlight and not getting kills. But as you are learning the game, learning support roles is a great way to engage and be on the winning team and feel like you are contributing to your team's victories while developing your own skills. As a beginner, you may be best suited to a support role to assist your team to victory by creating openings for your fraggers. They may not say it, but they will appreciate the support you bring to the table. What other ways do you suggest providing support to your team? And who are your favorite operators for getting that done?